The foundation of health and healing in oncology is focused on these 7 key principles. And they are boosting and modulating the immune system, because we know that the immune system can protect us from cancer to a cold and everything in between. And specifically when a patient comes to us, with 75% of our patients are stage 4 that have failed conventional medicine, whether that's chemo, radiation, and or surgery. So we know that their immune system is suppressed, and that key principle of enhancing the immune system is key. Secondly is detoxification. We should live a life of detoxification, especially nowadays in 2022 when we're exposed to so many toxins in the environment, be it in water or in our food supply. And let us not forget the toxin of negative thoughts. And I have been quoted as saying that a negative thought can kill you faster than a bad germ. So detoxifying negative thoughts and fear, always faith should overcome fear. The third key principle is nutrition. The father of medicine said that let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. However, in medical school and in our medical training, we learn very little about nutrition. And we know nutrition is the foundation of health. And most cancer patients that succumb to cancer, especially those who have had chemotherapy, they're very malnourished and they're cachexic. That means they're wasting. And so nutrition plays a fundamental role, not only in stopping the progression of cancer, but also in maintaining you in remission, or what we call NED, no evidence of disease. The next key principle is oxygenation. We know that oxygenation is fundamental to the metabolism, the way that cancer works, being that cancer thrives in no oxygen environment. So if we could oxygenate with live green food, ozone, hyperbaric oxygen, exercise, deep breathing, these are just some examples of some of the therapies that we use at Hope4Cancer that will enhance oxygenation at the deep cell level, where disease starts. The next key principle is the microbiome. And this is not only the gut microbiome that we hear a lot about, the gut-brain connection, but the microbiome in our mouth, dental oral microbiome, very important. I believe we cannot heal completely systemically if we have oral dental toxins and a dysfunctional microbiome. There's been studies where they resect the tumor of the colon, for example, in someone that has colon cancer, and they extracted an infected root canal tooth, and they found the same bacteria in the colon tumor like they found in the infected tooth. So this is the reason why focusing and improving microbiome systemically, mouth, gut, the skin microbiome, our emotions and our thoughts is so important in the healing process. The next key principle is what we call the BEST program, or the BEST therapy, the behavioral, emotional, and spiritual therapy. And this is really getting to the nitty-gritty of why disease sets in and the correlation of disease, and in this case cancer, with deep acute trauma that has settled in our tissues, in our cells, and is every day causing lack of balance systemically. Remember, buried thoughts, buried feelings never die. And so if we have these feelings that are negative, that are traumatic from conflicts in our lives, the healing is suppressed. And so we need to work on becoming aware of what these conflicts are, bringing them to subconscious awareness, and then letting them go. Sometimes that means forgiveness as well. So that's important. And then the last key principle is the non-toxic cancer therapies. And this is where we focus, as the word says, natural therapies that have significant efficacy against cancer cells without harming normal cells. And one thing I want to say about these 7 key principles is that these are good for all of us. Whether you are diagnosed with cancer, want to decrease your risk of developing cancer, or you want to stay well. And so this is important because at one time I thought, why should someone without cancer follow that key principle of non-toxic cancer therapies? It's because we're forming cancer cells every day in our body. Some studies say that up to 100, 150 cancer cells a day are forming in our body. And so doing non-toxic cancer therapies is a must for all of us. And this concludes a short summary of the 7 key principles, and which I explain more fully in my first book, Hope for Cancer, 7 Principles to Remove Fear and Empower Your Healing Journey.